The Duke of Cambridge is to deliver a speech on the illegal ivory trade for broadcast on Chinese state TV, as the country's president arrives in the UK for a state visit. It is the third time Prince William has spoken on the subject in the past year. President Xi Jinping will arrive later for a 4-day visit, during which he will stay at Buckingham Palace. The visit comes as China's economy grew 6.9% in the third quarter, the weakest rate since the global financial crisis. Prince William, who has worked at forging a relationship with China, has recorded his speech for the Chinese state TV channel CCTV1. He raised the issue with Mr. Xi when they met in Beijing earlier this year, and his broadcast will form part of a series of programs called Let's Talk. Criminality. China imposed a 1-year ban on the import of ivory in February, amid criticism that demand among Chinese consumers is fueling poaching in Africa. The Born Free Foundation, a wildlife charity, says tens of thousands of elephants are killed for their ivory every year. In an address in Washington, Prince William condemned the illegal wildlife trade as one of the most insidious forms of corruption and criminality in the world. Large red flags of the People's Republic of China are already lining the Mall in central London, along with the Union Jack, in preparation for the official Welcome on Horse Guards parade. The communist leader and his wife Peng Laiwan will arrive privately at Heathrow Airport, greeted on behalf of the Queen by Viscount Hood, later. During their visit they will meet with the Queen and Prime Minister David Cameron, visit businesses, and address members of the Houses of Parliament at Westminster. Amnesty International and other groups concerned with human rights issues in China are expected to protest in St. James Park on Tuesday, and it is expected that there will also be a pro-China protest. China's ambassador to the UK, Liu Xiaoming, said on Sunday that his country does not shy away from discussing human rights. The UN Human Rights Council has previously expressed concern at the arrest of dissidents, the continued use of the death penalty, and the use of torture in prison in China. Mr. Xiaoming said he doubted Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn would raise human rights abuses during a state banquet at Buckingham Palace this week, after Mr. Corbyn's spokesman said he would use the visit to discuss the issue. Mr. Cameron, in an interview with CCTV1, said Mr. Xi's visit was a very important moment and hailed a golden era in ties between the countries. Chancellor George Osborne said on his return from a week-long visit to China last month that it was the government's intention to make the UK China's best partner in the West.